Oh, that one's a good one. Oh my
All right,
gosh,
Jared.
that's an underrated one.
Get him to
Jared, get off. Jared, get off that. We're starting.
Uncover your mic.
All right, I'm good. I have 8 now. I'm good.
It's 8.
Is that bad?
Oh, that's great. You uncovered your mic too. I can hear you now.
You only have 8 possible picks.
Is that bad?
I have.
I mean, there's going to be 15 picks in this draft.
I thought we were doing 5.
Yeah, per
5
team.
each.
Oh well, I don't think y'all are gonna pick these. I'm pretty
Good.
We'll see. Jared's going to end up with like just a
Garbage
random roster team. Oh,
Okay.
Gonzaga beat someone last night.
The UCLA
UCLA beat Michigan last night. All right, well, welcome guys to Trash Take. Trash Takes. If you didn't know by now, by the title and thumbnail, obviously, we are doing a March Madness snake draft, being that this weekend is the Final Four in the national championship. So we're gonna do March Madness moments and basically draft 5 moments per person, and that'll give us our basically our team of March Madness moments. And y'all can comment who y'all think got the best team of March Madness moments in this snake draft, and just let us know how that goes. Boys, how y'all want to do the picks? See who goes first.
I think I should go first.
I don't think that's
I
how
disagree.
it's go. I
That's
think
not-
we should do the tennis racket P and Q.
No.
Okay.
Spin it? You want to
Spin it. Spin the tennis racket.
No. I say
Or
rock, scissors.
person that answered
Rock,
should
paper,
go
scissors.
first,
To
and
do
I-
it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Here we go.
All
Me
right.
and Cody for first.
Yeah. All right.
On shoot.
On
Well,
one. One, not
guys,
best out on one. We're not doing best
Yeah,
out of 2 or
on
3.
shoot though.
On shoot. Okay.
Okay.
Wait. I'm going this way.
Okay.
I'm going to play
Go.
warfare with you, though.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay,
Paper.
tie. Go again. Rock, paper,
Guys,
shoot.
guys, guys. Are we not like acting like y'all both just picked paper and I picked scissors?
Jarrett, we're not playing
Jared,
against you.
you're not in this competition yet.
Are you serious?
You're going to
Guys,
be the
this is
loser of
outrageous.
this for the second pick.
I should be the first pick. Y'all both went paper. I went scissors. Reroll the tape like easily.
No one cares.
Nobody cares. All right. Rock, paper, scissors.
How am I supposed to be
Freak.
Yeah, you're out. You're out. All right, you got the loser. Jerry, you're only a door over. Ethan, go play him in rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Well, podcast. While Ethan walks over to play Jarrett in rock, paper, scissors and decides who gets the second pick because I get the first pick in the draft. All right, there they are. Paper, rock, and Jared
won
gets
the
the third pick in the draft.
This is
That's good.
outrageous.
Jared.
I won the first game. Y'all both went paper. I went scissors. That is.
But you
stupid.
weren't in the first game. No, it's null and void. All right.
What do you mean? It was a 3-person game.
It wasn't a 3-person game. It was a
And y'all
2-person
got
game.
murdered. Y'all got absolutely sliced by scissors.
You got automatically pushed to the losers bracket because you're in a different room than us.
That's honestly pathetic.
It's a
It's
2
all
out of
right.
3 vote.
Like-
2 out of 3 vote, and we voted on it.
Play it out.
Anyways, so basically, it's fine for you. You're gonna get back-to-back votes, first and second rounds.
Mhm.
So, or back-to-back picks. I mean, so like I'm gonna get the first. He's gonna get the second, and you're gonna get back-to-back.
I got the worst spot.
I will go ahead and go with the first. We all know what the first is.
You don't know what the first is. I have multiple picks, and I'm not going to give any of my picks away because I don't want y'all to steal them. But I've been thinking if I did get the first pick, it would be a tough decision. But I am going to go with. I'm going to go with North Carolina Villanova national championship game.
No way.
Really? No way.
Not the
Are you
greatest game in
serious?
college basketball history.
In my lifetime, for sure. In our lifetime, that's for sure. And I mean, I think it is. I mean, Marcus Page hit the most insane shot. I was rooting for North Carolina. Marcus Page hit the craziest shot. I was going crazy.
The double clutch.
And then the little toss back to Chris Jenkins. cash. I
Well,
mean, it was just what an exciting
It's the
game.
only reason I know Chris Jenkins' name, honestly.
That is true. That is true. Chris Jenkins is known for that, and I think he'll be known in March Madness history for that, and in history itself for that. So I think it's an easy first pick, without question. I guess I think there are things that could rival it, but that's definitely the thing. But just because not just the buzzer beater happened, the crazy Marcus Page shot right before the buzzer beater.
we can just say that whole game, that was the most entertaining game to watch. It was
Yes.
back and forth the entire time.
Yes, like what a great national championship.
Yeah, I
game.
mean, no one disagrees that should be the number one pick for us. Like,
Yeah, between us three, we all believe that.
that's the number one pick.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Second pick. You got it, Ethan. So, Ethan,
Oh snap.
you got anything in mind?
Second pick for March Madness moments. I would say, shoot. I'm gonna go with an old one that no one else was gonna take anyways, but I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan's shot with North Carolina against Georgetown.
I had that on my list.
So that's the number
I-
2 pick.
I was thinking about taking that one.
I had
Yeah.
that on my list because it was the start of MJ, really.
He even says I was Mike Jordan, and that's when people started calling me Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So-
that was the start, and
It was the start of the GOAT. So I mean, you got to have
it
that in
was
at
the
least
start
top
of the
3
GOAT.
picks. So
North Carolina. I mean, that was
I mean,
six NBA finals.
kudos to
one-
North Carolina being
one national
one
championship.
and 2. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
I
good
wasn't
there.
gonna. I'll be honest. I wasn't gonna pick it in my first round,
Really?
but
I mean, yeah, there's Villanova,
but it was on my list.
yeah, it's a good one. You want it on your team,
We'll see.
so I'll take it.
I like it. You got any thoughts on the MJ game winner, Jarrett?
Yeah, I think it's very underrated. I mean, actually, I could be wrong. I don't know if it is underrated or not. I was looking at it, and I saw it. I saw it on YouTube not a few minutes before we started, and I was like, oh yeah, got to put that on my list because it was a start to a legacy. So
All right. Well, yeah, MJ with the second pick. So, Jarrett, you get the third pick. Who you got?
all right, my third pick. I'm gonna go with something that someone told me recently, and I'm sorry for stealing this pick, Ethan. But I'm gonna go with UMBC. The 16
You told him.
and 1 upset.
You told him your pick.
The only reason they were my pick is because what they said afterwards. The game wasn't even that cool.
You can't share your picks with him. Don't
The
share
reason-
your picks.
The reason I would have picked them wasn't because of them winning, was because afterwards they credited their win to Fortnite. They said it was like a Fortnite win.
They were on my list.
And that makes it top 5 automatically.
Bro, no, it is a top moment. They're the only 16 seed to ever win in the tournament.
Yes, it's a top
Yeah.
moment.
It is.
It is a
It
top.
is. It is a
definitely
top
March
because they're the only team that ever win a 16 seed.
I know.
It's-
Yeah,
top
but they
moment.
didn't do
And-
anything
and-
else, so it
hey,
doesn't make that much.
Hey,
of a difference.
Virginia. Now I don't know if this counts as technically a moment, but Virginia losing to them and then coming the year after. and
Whoa,
winning,
whoa! You're giving picks away.
I don't like what you're
It's
saying.
totally
That's
a
not-
moment. That's totally a
We're
moment.
talking about the Fortnite guys.
Okay.
Virginia over the next year went with the redemption story and beating Auburn in the Final Four. Definitely a moment.
All right.
Okay.
What's your next pick, Jarrett?
Yeah, you get back to back.
The redemption. No, I'm just kidding.
Second pick, Jarrett.
I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my list over here. I'm gonna go with. Do I want to go with that one?
We don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Christian Leitner shot. Duke versus Kentucky in the Elite Eight.
No, Final Four,
Um,
bro.
No, it was Elite Eight.
It was totally the Final Four.
It was totally Elite Eight.
It was no.
I
It
literally,
was. It was.
I
Let me
really
fact
watched
check
it.
this. I'm
Yeah,
fact
look it
checking
up.
this.
Look
It's totally the Final Four.
fact check. Totally Elite Eight.
Duke versus Kentucky. Christian Leitner. Last shot, right?
Yeah, Elite Eight. It was an Elite Eight game, but like they got in a bad pool because Kentucky was probably a Final Four team that year.
Oh, you're right. It was Elite Eight.
Thank you. So as I was saying, in the Elite Eight game,
Thanks.
first off, Grant Hill, Christian Leitner, that whole team, Christian Leitner, being hated in college, the whole Kentucky Duke rivalry at the time. Grant Hill throws it. They did even a sports science episode on it and said that he had like 0.4 seconds to look at the rim, if that. Like, turn around, fade, bucket, just send him home, crying. Just great moment.
I agree. The Christian Leitner moment is such an iconic March Madness shot. And that's actually the one I was debating on with the first pick. It was between the Chris Jenkins shot and the Christian Leitner shot. Obviously, I went with Chris Jenkins because it was to win a natty and it was the Marcus Page shot before it was just put it over the edge. Is a great game. But the Christian Leitner Elite Eight shot against I thought it was the Final Four, but Elite Eight shot against Kentucky with that pass from Grant Hill. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better pass to the opposite free throw line and then a turnaround shot. Like every time there's like 2 seconds on the clock and a team has to go full court, I'm thinking, are they going to pull a Christian Leitner? And when you have your name on a specific play, that just means it's iconic. And it is. It's iconic because it's like, I'm like, are they going to try to throw it down and pull a Christian Leitner? And I think every team has to think about guarding that now because of that shot. Or at least in my opinion, I think that comes to my mind first every time someone can't advance the ball because they're on the backside.
The only reason I even picked UMBC over the shot was because UMBC is the only team that's ever done that, and they're the first team to ever do that. And who knows if there'll ever be a team that does that in the next 30, 40 years,
I know, it's crazy.
But, I mean, I could have interchanged those picks because the Christian Leitner shot's crazy, like crazy.
No, those were some good moments.
Yeah. All right. Ethan,
it's back to me.
It's back to you now.
Okay. My next pick, I would say it's the same Final Four. So it's 2 games, but it's the same Final Four going into it. And so I would say, first off, Wisconsin beating the undefeated Kentucky team.
That was on my list.
With Devin Booker, Anthony Towns, Towns, and then
Harrison Twins.
With the Harrison Twins, and that team was absolutely stacked. I mean,
yeah, they were loaded.
I'm trying to see who else.
They had Willie
Cauley-Stein, Trey Lyles, Tyler Ulis. Like they were stacked.
They were 38-0.
They were filthy. Nobody thought they were going to lose.
38-0. They would have been.
And then Frank the Tank and Sam Decker come out of nowhere and beat them.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. But then, not only that, is that my Duke Blue Devils came in and beat them towards the end. So that finishes off the moment for me. That team was stacked too.
I think
that was Trey Jones. That was Okafor. Yeah. That was Justice Winslow.
Grayson Allen.
Quinn Cook.
Yeah.
Like that was a good team. And so that would be my moment. That's my next pick because
that Final Four was good to watch because like you kind of were like, expecting Kentucky to win. And then whenever Wisconsin won, you're like, okay, maybe they'll win the championship now the way they played against Kentucky. And then Duke comes in there.
Yep.
And who knows? I mean, maybe if Kentucky beats Wisconsin, Duke still beats Kentucky. You never know.
It was just big because I was upset with how stacked that team is. I mean, those are household names in the NBA now.
It was a massive upset because like that team was 38-0. They were trying for 40-0. If they had won the national championship, they would have went 40-0.
First team in like 40 years to do that.
I think the only team to go 40-0.
Oh, 40-0 probably, but the undefeated season. What I was saying,
yeah, and that's like
they were good.
Insanity. Like they were never. I feel like they were never in a close game that whole season. I might be wrong, but if I remember it right, it was just they just dominated.
They were just that good.
They dominated the SEC.
I mean, and you wonder why they have Karl Anthony Towns and they have Devin Booker. Like, and then
Devin Booker came off the bench,
and the Harrison twins for buckets.
Yeah. Well, they rotated fives. I remember that year. They would put in their starting five, and then they put in their second five.
That's how good they were.
They didn't even just sub. They subbed fives. They played two different starting fives.
Like they had two teams that would start for any other team.
Yeah, they had two starting fives on that team.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy year. And yeah, that team was good. That's a good pick. That was on my list for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I had to put it on there, especially because, I mean, all that happens and then Duke wins the whole thing. Yeah. So
my list is starting to dwindle down quick, but I still got some good ones. And
on to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna go with. I don't know if y'all remember this one, the Mario Chalmers game winner over Derrick Rose in the national champion. Or it wasn't game winner. It was tying to send it to overtime where it was Kansas-Memphis in the national championship. Derrick Rose versus Mario Chalmers. And Mario Chalmers hit a contested three off a dribble handoff with 2 seconds left to send it to OT, and Kansas won it in overtime. So
it's pretty good.
Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
It was like
it was on my. I literally just watched it like 5 minutes ago.
It was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough because it was in the Natty first off.
Yeah,
and
they were down 2 with 2 seconds left. Down 3? Yeah, down 3. My bad. Because Derrick Rose had just missed a free throw. Derrick Rose missed one of his free throws. If he had made them both, they would have won the national championship.
God, he probably regrets that moment.
Probably not.
Poor guy.
Well, actually, he might. But Derrick Rose, a legend. A legend in his own right. He's like, well, it's just like Derrick Rose is one of those guys you just want him to succeed. You want him to succeed. He won MVP, and it's like career ending. What?
You think he's a legend?
Derrick Rose? 100%.
Yeah.
100%. You win MVP and then blow your listen. You win MVP, blow your knee out, and then come back from that, and what, he drop a 50-point game?
Yes.
Like, you don't, bro. The way, like, Derrick Rose has been through the ringer, and for him to still be in the league after all his injuries.
You think he's Hall of Fame?
Yes. He's won an MVP.
He has won an MVP. That kind of automatically gets you in.
Like,
I think I know he's been through a lot.
He would have been a top player if he had.
That's such a what if though.
He was a top player.
But he was a top player. His MVP season, he only averaged like 22 points per game.
No, but they were crazy good.
They were good.
Did he only average 22?
He didn't average that much. It wasn't like.
But he was like dominant. Like, I remember.
He played great and he was explosive, but at the same time, like, he's kind of like Russell Westbrook.
But they were also the 1 seed in the East over the Miami Heat Big Three team, and they were good. Derrick Rose was great.
I mean, but
until he got hurt.
There's also been Hawks teams that have been the number 1 seed over LeBron James led team. So, like, you can't really.
Yeah, but they didn't have Derrick Rose on their team.
Huh?
They didn't have MVP Derrick Rose on their team. They were just a good team.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
my point. That's my point.
And Al Horford. And
good teams can get there. Like, Giannis is there, but I wouldn't say Giannis is better than anyone. Giannis can be the number 1 seed. It doesn't matter. LeBron in the offseason is way different than LeBron.
Yeah, well, no one's saying Derrick Rose is better than that, but Derrick Rose is still like,
he was good.
All I was saying is he's just one of those guys you want him to succeed because of always.
You do want him to succeed, but at the same time, the MVP is what secures him in Hall of Fame. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
That's
he's Hall of
it.
Fame.
He had a couple good seasons, and then I mean, obviously injuries suck, but
Well, the injuries are the only reason that he's down. It's just it's not his fault. It's
I
just
just
not
think
his
that
fault.
people are such a what if on that guy, and I love Derrick Rose, but
It is a what if because
would he have won a championship? Like, I don't.
Oh, maybe not. You don't. I mean, we don't know if he would have won a
I feel like he's
championship.
going to be the same as Russell Westbrook. When people's like, all right, he's kind of hard to play with at this point, Like nobody
But
knows how to win with him.
Russ will be a Hall of Famer too.
Agreed, but he also has an MVP and he leads in certain stats, which is true. But I just think people talk too much of his greatness.
Anyways, back to March Madness talk.
Yeah,
that's my pick, Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers has a few championships with the Heat. We'll talk about that. We got 2 of them with Mario Chalmers, and he's got a natty over Derrick Rose.
I blame Ray Allen for that. You're welcome.
Yeah, Ray Allen.
He wasn't on your team then.
Who?
Ray Allen wasn't.
I know, but
team.
Yeah, he was on the Heat.
Ray Allen's my favorite player of all time, though. So I mean,
yeah. How does it feel that he ditched y'all for the Miami Heat Big Three, y'all's rivals at the time?
I mean, the players and coaches were very upset about that, and I remember that. Do I think if he stayed at the Celtics? I mean, yes, it would have been a very good Eastern Conference Finals. But I don't know, man.
We would have
just lost to the Lakers in 2010, and with freaking Meta World Peace going like this on us. I mean, I don't know.
All right, let's go. Let's get back to the draft now. We've gone off on our Celtics Heat thing again. But all right, it's Ethan. Ethan, it's your pick.
You get back-to-back picks, bud.
Oh, I do, don't I?
You get one more.
Snake draft. All right. Bet. So I get my 3rd pick in the draft. I only need
3 more picks, and I don't think y'all are picking these 3. So
my 3rd pick in the draft. Man, I got 3 good ones on my list. I don't know. I'm gonna go Magic versus Bird because that was the start of the greatest basketball rivalry in the history of basketball. Started in March Madness, Michigan State versus Indiana State, Bird versus Magic. I think Bird versus Magic was the rivalry that kind of catapulted the NBA into what it is now, or it catapulted the NBA, and then Jordan took the NBA on an even bigger level than what it was. But Jordan, I feel like Bird and Magic were the start of when the NBA got really good. And
I mean, I'll say this as a Celtics fan, I still hate the Lakers because of that rivalry.
And I'd say every Celtics fan agrees with you. Every Lakers fan would agree that they hate the Celtics. It stemmed from Magic and Bird. I mean, they obviously had a rivalry before Magic and Bird, but Magic and Bird was the rivalry. It was the biggest competition in basketball when they were playing. And it started in March Madness, started in the national championship. Obviously, Magic got the win. It's got to be on the list.
Magic always got the win.
It's got to be my 3rd pick. I mean, just historical moment in basketball.
It's true.
The Lakers. Did y'all know that in 1985-86, when we won it was our 16th championship, we call it the Sweet 16. We were pissed that the Lakers lost to Houston because that was our best year. We wanted the Lakers so bad. Did y'all know that?
I don't like to personally say that I would love to ban any talk about the Celtics from the podcast, and we're only 3 episodes in.
No, I like the Celtics talk. What's wrong with that? This is okay.
Also, speaking on the Celtics,
Mario Chalmers. It was Mario Chalmers. We went way off task. I agree. But this one is completely. It started a legacy in the NCAA because of who did he play for? Indiana State versus
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
What year was the 16th championship for the Boston Celtics?
85-80.
Okay, cool. Case in point that the
80.
most overrated franchise in NBA history.
16th out of 17th. That was that long ago.
So they have won in 40 years. I thought it was a little less than that.
All right, moving on. Ethan, it's now your pick. Third round. Your third round pick. Yeah.
I'll go for
It's
moments.
40.
For moments, I will go. I'm gonna go. I don't think anyone else was gonna pick this one, but I like it. So I'm gonna go after Louisville winning the national championship after losing Kevin Ware. Not that Kevin Ware was the biggest loss of all time, but that was the most disturbing thing that you would expect the team to just drop out and fall apart and lose, and they ended up winning the whole championship off of that because that was brutal. Everybody who didn't watch basketball and stuff like that knew that was coming. So as far as March Madness moments go, for them to go on and be dominant throughout and finish it out, I was like, okay, that's kind of tough. So that'll be my third pick.
That was a good team. They beat Michigan, right?
They beat Michigan in the championship.
And Trey Burke. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very.
I remember that because I picked in my bracket. That's like I picked Louisville and Michigan was like kind of a lower seed.
Yeah.
So I remember like picking that right, and I was like super excited. But yeah, that Kevin Ware injury was crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, not that they probably should have won anyways. They were just that good. But
okay, I like that pick. Cool. I did not think of that pick.
I didn't think anyone else would, so I was gonna put that fifth, but I was like, why not put it out here? So.
But I do like that pick. I like it. Kevin Ware, they got the ring for him. He transferred to Georgia State the year after that, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did.
And he made a recovery.
Okay year.
Yeah, he made a recovery. All right,
Nice.
I like that pick. All right, Jarrett, your third pick.
All right, I'm really glad neither one of y'all chose one of the 2 out of the 3 of my picks. Now I got to pick which ones I think should go now.
You got back to back. Yeah, you got back to back.
I know. I'm gonna save that one. I think maybe one of y'all will pick it, but we'll figure it out after that. So I'm gonna go with my first one. I'm gonna go with the Texas A&M comeback on Northern Iowa, was it?
Oh,
that was a good game.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
That was a very left.
How they weren't they down 12 with a minute left? Is that what you said?
Well,
it isn't. I watched that game, and that is one of the greatest games I've ever watched.
It's called the biggest choke of all time.
That Texas A&M team, I watched them play in person. They were good, and they had Alex Caruso, Daniel House. They had some other guys.
Yeah, we didn't watch them at a Georgia game, right?
Yeah, we watched them play Georgia, Texas A&M, Georgia.
Yeah. Wow.
But they were down 12 with a minute to go, and
it was like I can't remember the seeds, but I think it was Northern Iowa was a low seed, like 11, I think, 11 or 12, maybe even 13. I don't know. And they were winning by 12 with a minute left, and they had like 4 turnovers in a row and lose the game. I mean, you could say yes, biggest choke of all time, but Texas A&M's press was great. I think they were in the right spots at the right moments. They hit the shots that you had to hit. They made ones
craziest comeback I've ever seen.
Oh, that was a great pick.
Yes, that's a great pick, Jarrett.
That was a great pick.
I don't know what round that was in though. What round?
I think I watched it. I think it was the second round.
I think it was too. It was either that or Sweet 16. I'm thinking it was round of 32 though.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was crazy.
The only thing I have to say about Jarrett's picks is they're cool moments, but 2 out of his 3 picks so far have not been even close to national champions. He's around to 32, and I think Texas A&M made an exit pretty close to after that.
Yeah, but that's a good pick still. But his other 2 picks are good. His other 2 picks are Leitner, which is arguably the top pick.
That is a great pick.
And then MJ, which is also
MJ. I'm MJ.
Oh, you're MJ.
I'm saying
he's UMBC,
which is a good pick.
One versus
but at the same time,
the only one in history.
Yes, I'm with Jarrett. UMBC's historical.
It's historical. They won 1 game. That's my struggle.
They're a 16 seed.
They won the most important game
They
ever.
had like a
They're the only team to do it.
0.09% chance to win that game.
I understand that, but I can understand like we're if we came in as the bottom seed, I would bet on us to win. Like that's the same thing. Like every team does that. So like it can happen.
It's happened once
Look,
in history.
I'll say this. Championships, all right, are very rare, but everyone wins a championship every year. There's never been a 16-1 upset other than UMBC. Ever.
I know, and I agree.
I mean, fair enough.
So what's your second pick, Jarrett? Your fourth pick in the draft now.
Okay. 12. Nice. Good pick. All right. Next one. This one I had to look up on YouTube because it is very recent in our tournament because this team beat out Cody's champion. And that is, what's her name? Sister Mary? What is her name?
Loyola Chicago.
Loyola Chicago with Sister Mary. Is it Sister Mary?
Sister Jean, bro.
Oh, yeah, Sister Jean or something like that. Anyways.
Oh, my God.
I got Loyola
Really
Final Four run. Loyola Final Four run. Now, let me explain myself because I don't know. Y'all's reactions don't seem the best. Loyola Final Four run
To be honest,
because
to do it, so.
I rewatched their run. 3 of the 4 games that they had to win, right? It's 64-32, Elite 8. Yeah.
Sweet 16.
3 games.
4 games.
All, yeah.
4
3
games.
of their games. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Just
They're,
making sure.
3 of the 4 games they won because they lost in the Final Four. 3 of the 4 games they won were off of buzzer beaters or game winners. And that alone brings in great moments all in one run.
So you're
which is
saying
why I
their
think-
Final Four run? That's your moment. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That was a great run.
Buzzer beater against Miami. Then you have buzzer beater with 2 seconds left against who was it? I don't know. And then Sweet 16 game, they were up 1, and then with like 10 seconds left, the shot clock was running out. Dude hit another 3 to ice the game. They're up by 4. But it was basically a buzzer beater because 10 seconds left in the game and you iced it.
I mean, yeah.
So
I think it was a great run. I think you're leaving a lot of great, better picks on the table.
I think so too. I think Loyola Chicago is kind of, I would say that was a wasted pick. But you can, if your team's 4 out of 5 better than ours, then we'll take it. So
yeah, no, it was. I think there's a lot of picks you're missing, and you're gonna see when we start picking them. You're gonna see, crap, I missed that. But it's like that is a good run, Final Four run for sure. And I just we'll move on. But I think
3
I get what you're saying.
4 games buzzer.
I think it was a great run, but we'll see what you think after we pick the next few picks.
Is it my pick next?
All right, your pick, Ethan. Your fourth round pick.
I would say Steph Curry and Davidson, because that made Steph Curry. I mean, not that Steph Curry made his name at Davidson, and to average 32 points per game and nobody have an answer for you.
They made a Final Four run too, right?
Elite Eight. So they make an exit in Elite Eight. Yeah. But I mean, like, say Steph Curry didn't do that, he wouldn't have been a Warrior, and things could have been way different.
Oh, I know.
So that created Steph Curry, and so as far as March Madness moments go, that's got to be up top because that made Steph Curry's name. It's his time there.
That's a great moment. His tournament run was insanity, and the crazy thing is people thought, he's not gonna be able to do that in the NBA. He's not gonna be able to transfer it over. Well,
and he got even better.
Just got even better. He's even more crazy. He did more crazy stuff in the NBA, and is still doing. He's the most electric player in basketball I've ever seen. Is Steph Curry.
Oh, he's insane.
He's the funnest player to watch ever.
I can agree with that.
When the All-Star game this year,
I wanted to watch
Steph Curry was the most entertaining player by far.
And he's just become that.
Him and Dame just pulling half court shots is nothing like it.
I mean,
could
even
watch it
watching him
all
in the
day.
3-point contest, dude.
Watching him, bro, even watching him like he warm up. I've never seen a player more electric when they warm up than Steph Curry.
Dude, who the freak goes to watch a guy warm up every single game? Like, who goes 2 hours early to watch this guy warm up?
Steph.
That's what
Just
I'm
for
saying.
Steph.
Nobody's ever done that.
I mean,
yeah, you want to get their signature.
I don't
want to
know
get their
that
signature, but nobody's coming to watch.
Ever watched, but it's like you watch his ball handling drills, and you're like, "Guy's electric." He shoots. Doesn't he shoot from the tunnel?
He does the tunnel shot, and
And
everyone
he
comes to
makes
watch
it, right? Doesn't he make it?
Yeah, and I mean they say it's not the best percentage, but I mean he's
made it so many. Like he's made it way more times than I would.
Oh, for sure.
It's crazy.
And like people come to watch people warm up, but they don't come for specific things like ESPN covers Steph Curry's ball handling drill. They cover his tunnel shot. They cover his half court warm up. Or his floating layups. They go away from the screen and fall in.
And it started from his March Madness moment.
And it's all from that. He's just that type
Well, it's
of
not
player.
all, but it started from that.
That's what I'm saying. All started from that. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
From his Davidson run.
Yeah.
Good pick. I also think you're missing a few.
I probably am, but I mean, I had to put Steph up there because his name is bigger than any other name we're going to bring up.
I think I got a great pick here.
His name is bigger than any other name we're going to bring up, so I had to put him up there.
I think I got 2 great picks here.
I guess I put Jordan up there too.
And I think I really got 3 great picks left that I'm surprised aren't gone. Oh, I don't know which one I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pick with my 4th pick. I got to pick
you get back to back.
I'm going to pick the Phi Slamma Jamma loss. Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon lost in the national championship on a buzzer beater dunk by North Carolina State. They were
buzzer beater dunk.
Yeah, so what happened was North Carolina State had the ball at the end. I'm pretty sure it was a tie game. They were looking for the last shot. They pulled air ball to 3, and their dude rebounded and dunked it as the buzzer went off, and they won the national championship against Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, 2 of the greatest players to ever play the game. And history was made. It's another buzzer beater national championship. I'm pretty sure there's only a select few buzzer beaters in the national championship, and I have 2 of them on my team. So
this is very true.
I'm sitting solid with those picks. And this buzzer beater came against one of the greatest college basketball teams ever assembled. Because not only was that team dominant there, their 2 best players were dominant teammates in the NBA finals, not probably 10 years later in the 90s when Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Guess where?
Where? Houston,
dude.
Yeah.
Why Slam and Jam is in?
I know they went. Yeah, it's crazy. They played at Houston, and then they won a championship with the Rockets. Hakeem won 2, Clyde won 1. I'm pretty sure, and just Houston legends. And they got beat at the buzzer by NC State. That's a massive moment. So that's my
Houston, guys.
And with my 5th pick. Oh, let's see what's left on my list. I got 2 good ones, 2 really good ones. But I'm going to pick the Chris Webber timeout.
I was thinking about that pick.
One of the greatest moments in March Madness history.
That's why I didn't pick it. Is it one of the greatest or the worst moments?
Oh, it's one of the worst
moments.
It's one of the worst, but in it being one of the worst moments, it's one of the greatest to be a fan to watch. It's like, he called us out. We have, if you're a Michigan fan, what are you doing? We have no timeouts. And you just realize you got the ball only to lose on technical free throws because you called a timeout.
Yeah, that's pretty tragic.
And Chris Webber is, honestly, he's infamously known. I'd say he's known for that timeout, which is crazy because Chris Webber is one of the greatest players. He's great. He's just the Fab Five, great. But they're known for that timeout. And again, it's one of those iconic moments. like Leitner's moment. It's just one of those iconic moments that you can't forget. Chris Webber with the timeout.
That's true.
And that's gonna end my team. I'll tell you the other one I'm thinking of after the draft. It's my honorable mention one, but that's gonna assemble my team. I'm gonna go through it real quick so y'all can hear my fully assembled team. At my starting number 1 spot, I have the Chris Jenkins buzzer beater. Beautiful. Marcus Page hit a shot right before that. And that game, North Carolina Villanova National Championship, great game. My second pick Bird Magic, or was that third?
Yes.
Second pick.
Second.
All right, Bird Magic. It started the start of one of the greatest rivalries in basketball history. Not one of, I take that back. The greatest rivalry in basketball history. It's the start of it.
Second was
Okay, and then Mario Chalmers, buzzer beater on Derrick Rose in the national game winner, not buzzer beater, my bad. Game tying to go to OT where they won it. So I have 3 national championship winning shots in my team because my next pick was Fly Slamma Jamma losing at the buzzer to North Carolina State. So not only do I have three game-winning national championship moments, but I also have the greatest rivalry of all time in basketball, the start of it in the national championship. And I have an iconic moment from Chris Webber. Just an iconic basketball moment that people know infamously around the world.
This is true.
And that's my team assembled.
It's a good team.
Now let's move on to Ethan's final pick to end his team.
I'm going to have to think about this for a second. My final pick. I'm not really thinking of moments right now. I'm thinking of for some reason I just got switched over to teams.
But the team could have a great moment.
I mean, I could always say, oof, I don't want to say that because you're going to count as my pick. But
no, you can say it. You don't have to lock it in.
Like Anthony Davis's team, they were filthy. That was a good team. I think they beat Kansas in the national championship.
They were dominant. There's a lot of dominant teams.
There was a lot.
I wouldn't say they're better than Phi Slamma Jamma.
I would not. This is my final pick, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Your final pick was the worst play of all time, so.
Great moment though.
Yeah.
I would say, let me think.
Great moment for the fans.
I'm gonna go really recent. I know that this is a COVID year, but I'm gonna take golly, I can't be spacing on their name right now.
Who is it?
They just beat Ohio State.
Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts. I'll go Oral Roberts is my pick because they were a 15 seed and they made it to the Sweet 16.
Oh, heck no.
So that you're saying that's not impressive. Okay, we're going 1 seed up.
No.
They made it further.
No, great. But there's 2 teams to do that, and the other team.
Who's the other team?
The other team is way more electric than Oral Roberts. I love Oral Roberts.
The other
was
team?
Florida Gulf Coast.
See, I remember that, but I don't know.
Florida Gulf Coast, weren't they called Dunk City? Is that what they were called? They were something about dunks, and they were electric.
Should have Florida Gulf Coast even been a 15 seed?
Yeah.
They
were. I don't know what they should have been.
Oral Roberts is never going to get higher than a 15 seed, and that's why I was
Florida Gulf Coast ain't either.
Florida Gulf Coast is more of a known name than Oral Roberts.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you would have never known who the heck Oral Roberts was before.
I like that pick. It's just so recent, I guess. It's like
you can't be into it because it was so recent. This year was so crazy.
I need that to marinate some more.
At the same time, but hey, that's my 5th and final pick.
They lost. Oh man,
and they barely.
Hey,
bro, he had a great look to win that game.
Barely lost. Like they were this close to being the first, the best 15 seed ever.
Yeah, exactly. Like one shot away.
Where you can't.
I'll give you that. You're right.
Like they were good. They barely lost. They didn't get cooked to get out of it. They didn't get cooked at all.
Yeah.
They barely lost to a very good team. So
you're right.
That's my final pick.
I'd say this: if I picked anything from this tournament, I don't think I'd pick Oral Roberts. I think I'd pick the UCLA because they're the second team ever, other than VCU, to be one of the first four to the Final Four. I
I
don't know
would
if y'all know that.
say, I guess so, but at the same time, UCLA is a household name. That's what
Yeah,
I
I get
guess
what
is
you're
kind of my
saying.
argument there. Is that Oral Roberts is not a household
See,
name in college.
The crazy thing about UCLA is they will be one of the greatest moments, or like a top, maybe not like
If they make
that.
it to
They'll
the
be
national championship,
yeah.
then mine is void.
If they
Like,
win the
that's-
national championship,
Oh, it's
they'll be
over.
the top moment from this tournament by far.
Oh, for sure.
11 seed who started in a playing game that went to OT with Michigan State. And then if they win, they'd have to beat Gonzaga and either Baylor and Houston. So they'd have to
Yeah.
beat two
And
powerhouses.
I'm saying my pick, believing that Gonzaga is going to beat him because I don't think
yeah,
Gonzaga loses
I
to
don't
UCLA.
either. I don't either. And that would be a crazy moment for maybe next year's draft.
It will be. So we'd have to see that. But
We'll
this
see.
is what has happened. So that's what I'm going with on that one.
That's why we love March Madness. Because if UCLA wins,
Then that's next year's.
it's like Wisconsin beating Kentucky, but crazier.
Way crazier.
Way crazier.
Yeah. This is a Gonzaga team that no one expects to lose at this point.
Yeah, because this Gonzaga team's undefeated just like that Kentucky team was. They've just played less games because of COVID.
Yeah, but I don't think they would have lost. Because first of all, Gonzaga doesn't stack their schedule as much.
No, they wouldn't have lost, but I don't think they're as dominant as that Kentucky team was.
Yeah, but you're right. I agree.
But I think they're very dominant.
I mean, that Kentucky team's crazy. But yeah. So, I mean, should I say what my team
Yeah,
is?
let's go
now?
through your 5.
My first pick was Michael Jordan.
Yep. Michael
UNC.
Jordan started
Hitting it
him.
over. Yep, that's number 1. My second pick was it Louisville? It was not Louisville. My second pick was
I don't know the order.
My second pick was Wisconsin beating Kentucky and going on to lose to Duke.
Yep.
Who's my favorite team. The only reason why Duke's added that one is
you all right there?
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
Continue.
My third pick is Kevin Ware in Louisville, which was really just the dominant team, but that was just a moment that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Fourth pick was Steph Curry in the Elite Eight, going all the way to the Elite Eight with Davidson and just his whole career there. And then my final pick was Oral Roberts.
Yeah. So your team is revolved around 2 of the greatest players of all time getting their start in the tournament, like Steph Curry and Michael Jordan.
Which I think gives me a good argument.
And then some great upsets.
Yeah.
Which, good team, solid team. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of picked those 2 players strategically, knowing that that could help my argument a lot because that brought those 2 to life. I mean, not that they weren't already great, but that was their moment. That made it.
I like it.
Yeah, Jarrett, what's your final pick, bud?
Yeah, final pick, Jarrett.
All right. So after picking the Loyola Final Four, I reevaluated my list, and on my list I had this buzzer beater, which was RJ Hunter, but in my mind I'm like, that's just a normal buzzer beater.
The Georgia State buzzer beater a couple years back.
Yeah, there's nothing really special about it.
Yeah,
other than the dad was the coach and fell out of the chair.
We can officially
but so I'm gonna go with I'm deciding between these 2 things, and I think I'm gonna go with this one, which is I don't know what game it was, and I don't know who won because I just saw it on YouTube before this started. But Morrison off Gonzaga, the mustache guy. They were expected to win, right? And they were up 1. Morrison had it in the corner. They trapped him. He threw it out. Dude catches it, turns around, and when he turns around, the dude pokes it loose. Like, when you turn it around, you're not really expecting it. Pokes it loose, shoots, gets a layup. They go up 1. They inbound it super quick. The guard runs out of control, turns it over, and the Morrison Gonzaga dream is over and ended.
What game was this? Like, you gotta give me some more context.
If
Gonzaga versus what?
If Jarrett doesn't,
you don't even know the moment.
If Jarrett does not win for worst team, then I don't know college basketball.
I know. I'm lost for words. I can give you some picks. It's breaking the rules to give picks, but your team's so bad. I think I need to hand you picks.
You can have.
You have Leitner
Fine.
carrying your team. I'll tell you that.
Fine. Not the Morrison pick. I'll go with my other pick. The Duke Butler game. The Duke Butler game. Gordon Hayward at half court shot.
Way better.
Barely misses.
Way better pick.
Okay. There you go.
That was a great national championship game.
Brad Stevens. Ethan, you're gonna love this. Brad Stevens, coach of the Boston Celtics, coached at Butler, right? Great team. Gordon Hayward was on that team, who also played for the Boston Celtics, but then sucked and got hurt. And yeah. But anyways, he.
I'm starting to hate the green in the Boston Celtics at this point.
Duke made 2 free throws to go up.
Background kind of hurts my
And
eyes.
they had like 2 seconds to get a half court shot. This man, Gordon Hayward, gets by one guy, shoots the half court shot.
Yeah.
Literally hits the backboard, hits the front of the rim, and out. Oh.
And you really just said the Hunter shot over that one?
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you said the Hunter shot.
I'm questioning everything about your team. The only thing is Leitner.
Yeah, I know.
What else do you have? Leitner and
I
Fortnite.
literally said, no, I have a great moment.
UMBC is a solid pick. That's a great pick. It's better than Oral Roberts.
No,
not.
No. I
but I didn't use it as my
I have a
pick.
great team.
No, I would have used that.
I have a
top 3 picks for sure. That one.
All right, so here's my team.
16's only 16
say my
ever
team?
win. Yeah, what do you say?
Can I say my team?
Yeah.
All right, my team is the worst. I'm very confident in my team.
Okay.
My team is Leitner.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great pick.
UMBC.
Okay.
Great pick.
Top 2 are solid.
Great pick.
Both legendary, right?
Yeah.
Texas A&M. Tracy McGrady moment. Come on, guys.
Yeah, great moment. Great moment for sure. I don't think it competes with my team, but it's a great moment.
12 points in a minute.
Yeah, but they went on to. It was a great win. It was one of the greatest wins I've ever seen in my life.
I've seen it before, though.
But it doesn't compare to national championship buzzer beaters.
Seen it before. You've only seen it once by Tracy.
And it was filthier by Tracy.
Well, Tracy did it by himself.
Yes.
Tracy did it by himself.
That's NBA. All right. What's your next pick? What's next on your list?
Loyola, Final Four,
Yep.
Sister Jean. 3 out of 4 games, buzzer beaters. 3 out of 4.
What
Not
seed
just
were they?
one piece.
What seed were they?
11.
So they're like UCLA, 11 seed.
Yes. And they 3 out of 4 games, buzzer beaters.
Yeah. I think that you
Miami
overstepped. That's a great moment, but I think you overstepped on that pick. I think there's better moments still on the table that you're not picking.
And then my last pick, Butler, my boy Brad Stevens, and Gordon Hayward, who I thought were going to be reunited, but Gordon Hayward, absolutely RIP that man's ankle. Yeah, barely missed it by an inch. Yeah, that's my team.
Gordon Hayward's doing fine at Charlotte. Is he hurt?
No, he's playing.
He's playing at Charlotte, yeah.
He's had a good year.
LaMelo Ball's better than him.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm just
He just salty because he didn't turn out for the Celtics.
Well, those are our teams.
Yes,
that's our final teams. Let us know in the comment section who you think has the best team. I personally think that I have the best team, and I think I couldn't have come out of this draft with anything better than what I got. I think I got exactly what I wanted. I'm sure everyone feels that way.
You know what I'm starting to think?
What?
I don't think that Brad Stevens is a good coach. Gordon Hayward went there and was garbage. Kemba Walker's garbage there. Kyrie went there and was garbage. These are huge names. I bet if Jason Tatum left, he'd be super insane.
You know who was insane? Isaiah Thomas. What'd they do to him? Got rid of him.
Was Brad Stevens even the coach?
Yeah, he was.
He was the coach?
He got rid of Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, he was good with one little short guy.
No, they got rid of him.
Oh, yeah. Brad Stevens sucks. That might be my next trash take. on how bad. I just don't want to talk about.
Maybe
the
it's
Celtics
not Brad Stevens. Maybe it's Danny Ainge.
It could be.
Get
Danny
your
Ainge.
management right, Jarrett. Get your management right. But we'll talk about the Celtics on another time. I want to say one honorable mention that I would have definitely picked on my team if I had another pick, and I'm sure that y'all did not think about or forgot about. And it was let me make sure I got this right. The year? Yeah.
Okay, while you're looking,
No, I got it. It was Texas Western, 1966 championship. They made a movie on it, Glory Road. You ever seen that movie? Yeah. Wasn't that the first team?
I never watched Glory Road, but I know they made the movie.
That was like when racial tensions were real high back then. Mm-hmm. First team with
advertised that one a ton.
I don't know if they were the first team to win with like black players on their team, but I know that they beat all white Kentucky in the Final Four, and that was like big deal.
Yeah, it was.
That was like big deal movie. Great movie. You know, racial tensions at the time. Why am I
spacing on the coach's name for Kentucky? That was his team.
Which I don't think it's as I don't know. I think definitely a big moment because they win the national championship. They won, right?
I think so.
Because they beat Kentucky in the Final Four and then they won. They definitely weren't expected to win. I don't think, right?
Not as good as Oral Roberts this year. I just got to say.
No shot. That's way higher than Oral Roberts this year. Texas Western.
I honestly think my team is better than Ethan's just because of that Oral Roberts pick. That's all I'm going to say.
You have a Loyola pick.
You have a Loyola pick, and everyone believes in Loyola besides you.
3 out of 4 buzzer beaters. Are we serious?
They lost.
Y'all both have 2 bad picks, and I have no bad picks.
Final 4. Nothing. Final 4.
Okay, but whose first beats the other first?
My first beats all of
You're in first place. We understand. This is me against Jarrett. But
my first could be your first 2, 100%.
What are your first 2?
Michael Jordan.
Leitner and UMBC. Come on.
What's yours?
Okay,
what's your second? Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin being that Kentucky team.
And Steph Curry beating.
And then Steph.
For y'all, we're just gonna have to let the comments decide. It's tight. It might be a tight race. They'll have to decide for me too. I personally, I just don't see how y'all's team would be better than mine. I have no weaknesses on my moments team.
Yeah, you were pretty good.
Okay, I'll say this. I'm really glad that Ethan can see the Brooklyn Nets prosper, as it's been 20 years because of the trade we made about 10 years ago. So that math doesn't add up, but you get what I mean.
I don't know what he's talking about.
He's talking Celtics again.
He's talking
we'll just move on. We're going to end the podcast there. Eventually, everything's going to come back for Jarrett. Every single conversation, we can talk about anything. Come back to the Celtics.
We're going to talk about Luke Skywalker and the Star Wars. You can back the green lightsaber. You know the Celtics? Like,
you know
that's
how
bad
it's green like the Celtics?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's my favorite color lightsaber.
Let me just talk about Jason Tatum real quick.
Luke's...
I never talk about Jason Tatum, really.
We're going to end the podcast there. Thanks for watching, guys. Please drop a like for us. Subscribe for us.
Underrated? Are you serious? We're not overrated.
Drop it.
Overrated. We're not an overrated franchise.
The Celtics.
I'm about to come in your room and rip off
this
that
is
background.
the 3rd episode, and we've talked about how the Celtics are overrated in every episode. And we're going to keep saying it. We believe it. Celtics are an overrated franchise.
I'm ripping off that background.
I do believe they have a great fan base. They have a lot of national championships. I just think that none of their finals matter because they were in the 60s. The ones
overrated because
the only
you
ones
put
matter.
them 2 and some people put them 1. How is that overrated? It's overrated by 1.
I can't do this conversation again, but I'll say it again just because I have to. Y'all are overrated because a lot of people think that they're right up here with the Lakers. They're the best team over the Lakers, a lot of people think, and some people think they're second, just right behind the Lakers. No, the Lakers are here. Celtics are way down here with all the other teams, like the Spurs, the Heat, and all of them. And that's
all.
We're ending the podcast here.
Jarrett, actually, I would like to.
I dropped my computer. I'm sorry. I dropped my computer. I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up now. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jarrett, what do you have to say about that? What he just said.
Say about what?
About what he just said about the Celtics. What do you have to say?
I wasn't really listening, to be honest.
Okay, so your argument's done.
Good. The Heat are going to smack the Celtics. The Heat are way better. They're a better franchise in total. And that's all we got to say. Shut up, Celtics fans. Shut up.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Celtics suck. I don't want to hear it anymore.
17. Count them out. 17.
How was St. Patty's Day? How was St. Patty's Day? I know it's your favorite holiday.
It's not my favorite holiday, but it's a great one.
In the recording.
I'm done.
End it. End it.